Welcome, my friends, back to Marvel Snap. Do you guys know how easy it is to be able to win a game when the opponent is reduced to almost no cards in hand and almost no space on the board? Well, Dr. Octopus will show you the way. The titular Spider-Man villain here is headlining our new version of the Have Some Crap archetype. This one is a less greedy list. It is streamlined, it is lean, it is mean, and it is a junk-filling machine. We have the debris, we have the hood, plus the Viper, we have the Black Widow giving over the Widow's Bite. Our goal is to always being attacking the opponent's board space, a very unique element of control that Marvel Snap has that other card games don't really have. The Green Goblin also sailing off to the opponent's side, debris spitting out these rocks, and then Polaris able to manipulate the ending position of either the rocks, maybe the hood that we gave over to them, maybe some other weak card that they played themselves, yoinking something out of a position of a Carnage, out of a position of synergy of a location. The utility on Polaris really cannot be overstated. Shang-Chi leveraging incredible control. We really need this because we are bringing Doc Ock. Doc Ock is just a tempo play in terms of his stat line, 5'10". That means that his ability is valued as a net neutral. What he's doing is he's bringing a ton of free cards potentially to the opponent's side of the board. What this gives to us is a lockdown on the location that Doc Ock is played to, and the ability to break up the opponent's combos. We can adapt, depending on when we're able to get Doc Ock to the board in the exact situation. We need to figure out how we adapt from there. Do we just sack that lane and hope that they have then overcommitted? We have forced them to overcommit to that lane and we can win on the other lanes, or are we going to be able to come piling back at them with the Shang-Chi to be able to lock that lane up for ourselves? And then with all of this location control and fill-up, we of course have the Gamora. The stat line efficiency on Gamora is incredible, especially when you know that the opponent only has one or two viable places to play. The Mojo and the Ant-Man also benefiting from our capability of just clogging the board up with all of these extra plays. I love how this deck comes together. Our previous version had been a lot greedier with magic in there to extend the game. It was still quite effective, but let's give this one a go. Jumping in here to begin our deck showcase, we got the list up above. If you want to talk any card substitutions, deck optimization, leave me a comment down below. Love chatting everything Snap down there. Subterranea giving us so many rocks. They're going to have junk on the board, junk in hand. Hopefully. Hub gives us, a little Shuri into Doc Ock, if you don't mind. Let's play the Widow. That's fantastic for us. A whole ton of their cards, but we still get this doubled stat line. Yep. I think that's worth the Shuri investment. And here, jumping the energy curve up is fantastic because we debris here. We debris, and then I don't want to play the rock yet. I probably will not. We can either Shuri right into Doc Ock, which is my preferred path, or we could Viper plus whatever we top deck, and then play Shuri on 5, Doc Ock on 6. Mr. Negative. Ooh. Mr. Negative, how do you feel about having no board space? Here today, gone tomorrow. We don't have good combos if we offset the curve, meaning that if we try to play Shuri on 5 and then Doc Ock on 6, it's not looking great, so let's just run for it right now. Let's play Shuri here. Not sure where Doc Ock is going to fit in. Preferably where the opponent actually has more open space in this situation. Mr. Negative, very combo-heavy list, so I would rather yoink his cards in a random order than let him plan everything out. Especially if we can catch out a Mystique, copying nothing. Ooh, there's good potential. Okay, setting up Rude. I like it. Doc Ock, what do you have for me? The opponent has 6 cards in hand. Oh, but they played very late. They do. They're going to have a full hand. Sometimes with the Doc Ock, you're able to cut them down just a top decking on that final turn. Feels very good. After this, what are we going to try for our final turn? I would hope that I could pick up the Shang-Chi. Now, sometimes you're going to want to run Enchantress. That's kind of a meta read on if you want to be taking the Shang-Chi or the Enchantress, depending on what you're coming up against. I found generally I get more use out of the Shang-Chi right now, that at least Cerebro is less popular. Patriot is still in there. When Cerebro 2s, it's kind of on the upswing. Basically, you go to youtube.com, search Marvel Snap and you see if some big content creator on the homepage has done a video about Cerebro. And in that case, you run Enchantress. Ooh. Little extra rock for you. Don't think that's what you wanted out of that Zola. They get the full buffs here on the Brood and a blank Gamora. Why are you running? Oh, you got Gamora off the hub? You did. You got Gamora off the hub. Now all your buffs are done for. And I can... Victory! Plot your demise. I love it when it comes together, and with how popular Brood is right now, attacking the opponent's board space, they can easily run up with no valid plays into that final turn. Ant-Man, Gamora, Shang-Chi, there's the Altar of Death. We'll sacrifice the Hood. This unlocks... Hold on. Plus 2 energy. They also have the Hood. We don't get to play Gamora immediately here, do we? We had 2 energy, we'll be at 4. 1 short. We could sack the Ant-Man to be able to do it. Bifrost. I don't really care about the early Gamora. Let's just play Polaris and then Ant-Man, I suppose. Things will get shuffled over. They are still playing to the altar. Absorbing Man to create. Played Absorbing Man to get another demon in hand. I mean, technically it is a step up, but I'm surprised. Surprised that was your read of the correct play. I'll just Sunspot, hold my own demon, let the Sunspot tick up a little bit. Professor X. So they've won the altar. We're thankfully leaving space open for us here. We can... if I debris... Now the order is important. If I debris here, then we get a rock here and here, which means these 3 cards, well, these 4 cards without the rock pull to New York. I think that's what I want. But now they just have to try and pop me at a single location. And they've got the double demon. You're going Electro now. Sure, it means you get to play another 6 cost next turn. I'd love to know what that 6 cost is going to be. And if I should play Gamora now or not. I think I just play my own demon and then wait. I've got the Shang-Chi. I'm curious, are you going to sacrifice New York or are you going to try and win New York? Magneto is in the ramp list. And then it's usually like Dr. Doom and Odin and Magneto. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was the low tempo play you did not want to see. And even if you play Magneto here, I win. If you play Magneto here, I win. It's a margin of victory at the end of it.
Oh, snap.
If you play Leader here... Hold on. The crazy thing is that Leader here wins, right? Because my Gamora will tag them, and then the buffed Gamora will go across. So I lose to the Leader, but I win everything else. I win everything else. I didn't have it. Or you didn't expect me to be playing Gamora? Either way. We were able to stack this lane so much. It's great to see. Fire Sinister. Interesting. A Gamora here could be huge. The Green Goblin early is just one of the ways that our location control can really shine in seeing these kind of unique locations where an early play with some of these control cards is actually a full lockdown. Starlight Citadel is going to shuffle locations. How about you just have a Hood sitting over there some time in the future? I will say that playing Doc Ock it's a lesson in risk management. You want to be able to have a read on the opposing list to see whether or not he's actually worth it. Is he going to be hurting you by cheating all of these cards down to the board? They just go all in on the Scorpion, eh? Yeah, neg 4 to everything in hand. Wow. These are some cards. They are some cards. Oscorp Tower. I could have just swapped the Hood for free. You know what's funny? Is Ant-Man wins. Ant-Man wins. And then there's a beautiful neg 3 Black Widow that you created. Going over to your side, my buddy. Old pal. What else do you run? Showing Scorpion doesn't tell me anything. Scorpion is an evergreen and everywhere. If it is a destruction list, I'll be a little bit sad because I'll be able to take care of the hood and then lizard. Okay, so right now they're just playing good stuff, which is itself a list if you check the MarvelSnapZone.com tier list. Ant-Man's hold strong. See ya, Widow. Now, normally, like, if you're holding the Goblin and the Scorpion hits it and the Goblin then gets stronger, it's hilarious. But in this case, the fact that Widow acted as a Goblin and gave them a bite is just... Oh, you don't want to keep on playing that one, my friend? I'm sorry, you can. I'm sorry. The absolute high point of my day would have been with Altar of Death cheating Dr. Octopus to the board early and then pulling a Galactus out of the opposing hand for nothing. Would have felt so good. Probably not gonna happen. But imagine if it did. Let's play Widow. What does the opponent want to develop? Titan really doesn't help us. Scorpion, you're just everywhere. I see you in my dreams. Lemuria. Cards will not reveal. There's the Doc Ock. Okay, so it looks like we're lining into a Dr. Octopus to the Avengers compound. So, I will just play Polaris. I want to use my energy as efficiently as possible. On the turn where they will not reveal. Then, I could give them the Black Widow actually, just as 1 point. But then losing a space on the board, somewhat detrimental. And then we like Sunspot Ant-Man to be able to answer. We'll still have one open space, and the Sunspot can continue to scale. We're kind of locked into the energy curve that we want to play, though. The armor makes me more hesitant to play the Dr. Octopus. Whoa, Polaris, yes! That's just lucky. I am way more ready to play Dr. Octopus, knowing that I can follow up with the Shang-Chi rather than any of the big boys that we pulled down would have been protected by the armor. So now I think we're free to go. And then the Green Goblin would have been fun as well. What do you have? 3 cards in hand. You have Leader. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a little Shang-Chi to punch you in the face? It is. The Goblin fills up a board space. What else you got in hand, my friend? I've got nothing in mine. How about you have nothing in yours? Wave, sure. We'll be able to play whatever we top deck. Ooh, Dr. Doom. Hold on. We just win? The hood was not it, but we just win because of the Sunspot scaling up by 6 to have a victory by a single point? You don't have any way to stop it. He's counting right now. I didn't quite have the balls to snap before playing the Doc Ock, so we snapped too late and probably just scare him off right now, but man. What a turn. Your Dr. Octopus betrayed you. Leader, you always fall short. There we go. He believes me now. He's like, victory. Here is the list in all of its board controlling glory. Oh, it certainly feels like one of the more evil lists that I've gotten to showcase here on the channel. Dr. Octopus, you can really burn us in some cases, but winning with you feels so dang good. And the rest of the list really comes together with so many different consistent ways at being able to attack and manipulate the opposing board through the debris, the goblins, the Polaris especially, unsung hero here of being able to just be bigger than what she's going to pull, or by the pull open up a winning strategy on another lane. It's really going to train you to find the critical path of winning to location. I hope that the list helps you gain many cubes on your ranked climb. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.